Hello and welcome to the news update. I'm Moses Humphrey. In a summertime of events on Nigeria's Independence Day, Edo State witnessed a devastating tragedy that left over 100 lives, that left over 100 people dead as a fuel-laden tanker caught fire on the Benin-Sapele Road. The horrific incident occurred near Ologbo, a community marking the boundary between Edo and Delta states, where the fuel-laden tanker was reported to have fallen on the road. The disaster unfolded when the tanker, en route to Benin, lost control and toppled due to the deplorable condition of the road. While some locals, mostly stranded travelers, rushed to scoop fuel from the wreckage when a spark ignited the volatile cargo. The inferno roared, devouring everything in its path, leaving devastation in its wake. As of now, the exact number of vehicles incinerated in the fiery tempest remains unconfirmed. The federal government held a crucial meeting with leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) and Trade Union Congress (TUC) to address the dispute arising from the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit. Now, the statement signed by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, reveals the key points discussed and resolutions reached at the end of the meeting held on Sunday. The meeting, chaired by the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, had several ministers, governors, and the National Security Advisor, NSA, Malam Nuhu Rubadu, in attendance, representing the federal government. The meeting followed the development that the President disclosed that for the next 6 months, an average low-grade worker will receive an additional 25,000 naira per month. The announcement was made in his nationwide broadcast as part of the program of events marking Nigeria's 63rd independence anniversary celebration. On the other hand, the organized labor has rejected President Tinubu's 25,000 naira provisional wage increment for the average low-grade worker to cushion the effect of the removal of petrol subsidy. The National Labour Congress has called for an emergency National Executive Council meeting. This development came shortly after a meeting with the federal government, which was chaired by Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila. In a statement signed by the NLT General Secretary, Emmanuel Ugboaja, the virtual meeting is scheduled for Monday, October 2nd. The United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois has ordered Chicago State University to release President Bola Tinubu's academic credentials. The credentials confirm that Tinubu graduated from Chicago State University in 1979 with a bachelor's degree in business administration, accounting, and management. However, these records have been the subject of allegations and controversy. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar sought to compel Chicago State University to release Tinubu's records, claiming they would strengthen his legal challenge against Tinubu's electoral victory. On September 19, Jeffrey Gilbert, a U.S. magistrate judge, granted the request and ordered Chicago State University to release Tinubu's academic records within 24 hours. Tinubu appealed this order, but in a memorandum opinion and order issued by Judge Nancy Maldonado, the court overruled Tinubu's objections to the application filed by Atiku seeking the release of the president's records with the university. In business, the federal government of Nigeria has announced the removal of the value-added tax, VAT, on diesel for next 6 months. The waiver is part of the resolution reached by the federal government and leadership of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC) and Trade Union Congress (TUC) at the end of a 4-hour meeting held at the State House. In foreign news, at least 13 persons were killed and several others injured when a fire early Sunday morning ripped through adjoining nightclubs in Spain. The search and rescue crew are still looking for people unaccounted for in the blaze in the town of Murcia in southern Spain. Diego Cerro, a spokesperson for the Spanish National Police, told reporters that the bodies of those who died were recovered from the Fonda nightclub, one of the 3 adjoining clubs which sustained the majority of fire damage. Serrell stated that the roof collapse was making it difficult for crews to find other victims and to pinpoint where the fire ignited. As firefighters battled the blaze, survivors stood outside the nightclub, hugging and consoling each other as they waited for information. However, Balester declared 3 days of mourning for those who had died. Flags were lowered to half-mast outside the Mercia City Hall. Quite unfortunate there. Going on to entertainment now, the winner of the BB Niger All-Stars edition is Precious Odiniya, popularly known as Ilebaye. The show's host, Ebuka Obi-Chendu, announced her the winner of the 8th season and receiver of the 120 million naira cash prize after polling 30.08% of the general votes. The prizes include Innocent GMT, Techno Phone, a sponsored trip to Travel Better, Nexus Appliances, a year's supply of Lush hair, dairy products courtesy of Ala, Munchit, Wa, Hawaii, Titus, Pepsi. Of the top 3, CC became the second runner-up, polling 23.41% as she was evicted next, leaving Mercy Eke and Ilebaye as the top 2. Well, Mercy Eke came second and first runner-up, polling 23.48%. And that's the news update on VOP TV. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It's Voice of the People TV. And on other social media channels, we are at VOP TV Live. I'm Moses Humphrey. Good afternoon.